Leo Simons, it's good of you to see me.
Well, I'm afraid I don't have very long, as I've got another meeting at 2:30.
OK, well, let me tell you something about the work Lavelle and Simons have been involved in. We've had a lot of experience in handling magazine clients. We've been involved in the launch of some major new publications. Our agency recently won an award for a campaign for...
Yes, your colleague told me a great deal about what you do. As time is very short, perhaps it would be quicker if I told you what our situation is. What we want to do is to build on the success of a magazine which we've already published in Southern Europe by bringing it to the UK.
I understand. Then you'll almost certainly be interested in our strong track record for commercial translation.
It's not a question of translation. We're using the same editorial concept, but the stories and articles will be original. Let me tell you what we're looking for in terms of the launch.
Yes, of course.
What we were thinking of
what
doing
would your
was-
budget be?
It is a very important launch for us.
OK, well, let me show you some of the major campaigns we've worked on.
I'm sure they're very impressive, but I'm afraid I just don't have the time today.
Leo Simons, it's good of you to see me.
Well, I'm afraid I don't have very long, as I've got another meeting at 2:30.
Right, then we need to make the best use of our time. May I suggest we divide the meeting in two? Why don't you first tell me what you're looking for, then I can tell you what we can offer.
That sounds like a good way to approach it. Briefly, International Magazines is hoping to launch a new men's health magazine later this year. Your colleague told me you've done some work in this field, so I thought it would be interesting to talk.
Absolutely. First of all, can you tell me how far you've got with the launch?
Well, basically, the magazine has already been very successfully launched in Southern Europe and Germany.
So on the magazine, is it just a question of translation?
Not at all. We're using the same editorial concept, but the stories and articles will be original. We've even renamed the magazine for the UK market.
Well, that's interesting. And has the same campaign been run in all those countries?
Yes, it has.
So for the launch, are you looking to adapt the Southern European campaign or go for a completely new advertising approach in the UK?
I think that's one of the central questions.
So I think I'm clear about your situation. If I understand you correctly, you want to create a completely new advertising approach in the UK.
Yes, that's right. Well, I'd be very interested in hearing more about your experience in handling this kind of project. Perhaps we could set up another meeting so we can discuss it in more detail.
Mm-hmm.